The anticipation for the Ryan Garcia vs. Rolando Romero fight has reached a fever pitch, with fans and analysts alike buzzing about what promises to be an explosive showdown in Times Square. This clash, long awaited by boxing enthusiasts, is dripping with tension and bad blood. Both fighters have made it clear that they're not just looking to win, they're gunning for a knockout, one that will echo through the sport. Romero, in particular, has been vocal, repeatedly predicting a vicious knockout of Garcia, his words laced with confidence and disdain. Garcia, for his part, has echoed the sentiment, envisioning his own devastating finish. The stage is set for a collision that could redefine both men's careers. Romero's bold predictions are nothing new. He's built a reputation as a brash, power-punching fighter who thrives on chaos. With a record of 16 wins and 2 losses, including 13 knockouts, his ability to end fights abruptly is undeniable. His size and strength at 147 pounds make him a formidable challenge, especially for someone like Garcia, who has faced questions about his durability under pressure. Romero's camp believes he can overwhelm Garcia, not just physically but mentally, exploiting perceived weaknesses in the younger fighter's resolve. "Beating Ryan, it's not personal," Romero said when asked about the significance of fighting Garcia in Times Square. "I just want to beat him." The statement, delivered with a cool detachment, underscores his focus on the task at hand. For Romero, this fight is about proving he's more than a stepping stone in Garcia's journey. Garcia, at 26, is no stranger to the spotlight. A millionaire and social media sensation, he's lived much of his life under public scrutiny. His flashy persona and lightning-fast hands have made him a fan favorite, but they've also invited skepticism. Critics point to his performances against Gervonta Davis, Oscar Duarte, and Luke Campbell, where he struggled when the going got tough. In the Davis fight, a body shot sent him to the canvas, and he was counted out while kneeling, only to pop up moments later. The image of Garcia seemingly quitting lingers in the minds of fans and opponents alike. Romero, aware of this narrative, plans to test Garcia's heart early and often. If Garcia can't handle the pressure, Romero's physicality could turn the fight into a one-sided affair. Yet Garcia isn't the same fighter he was a few years ago. Now competing at a career-high 147 pounds, he's physically bigger and stronger, a fact he's quick to highlight. "This is the weight class I belong in," Garcia said. "I feel the most comfortable." The move to welterweight has given him a new sense of confidence, and his training camp reflects a shift in mindset. Gone is the erratic, attention-seeking behavior that once defined him. Instead, Garcia has embraced a calmer, more focused approach. "Night and day," he said when asked about his training camp. "It's a blessing. Everything's back to normal." His father, Henry Garcia, has noticed the change too, describing Ryan's transformation as a 360-degree turnaround. This version of Garcia, dialed in and free from distractions, could be a nightmare for Romero. The mental aspect of this fight looms large. Garcia's life as an online celebrity, with millions of followers and constant media attention, has often pulled him away from the gym. At 26, he's still navigating the balance between fame and discipline. Romero, older and less entangled in the social media circus, sees this as an advantage. "He wants to be just like me," Romero taunted, poking at Garcia's charisma and public persona. "He envies me because I'm sharper than he is." The mind games are in full swing, with Romero aiming to rattle Garcia before the bell even rings. But Garcia's decision to step back from social media during camp suggests he's aware of the stakes. "I took a break from everything," he said. "Just getting back to reality, hanging out with my family." This grounding could be the key to staying composed under Romero's pressure. The fight's backdrop, Times Square, adds another layer of intrigue. Garcia has fought in New York before, notably against Gervonta Davis a few years ago, and now he returns to the city for what he calls a long-overdue knockout. Romero, meanwhile, sees the iconic venue as the perfect stage to cement his legacy. "A vicious knockout," he promised, his words carrying the weight of a man who believes he's destined for greatness. The contrast in their approaches is stark. Garcia, the polished star looking to silence doubters, versus Romero, the gritty brawler eager to spoil the party. The clash of styles and personalities has everyone predicting fireworks. Analysts and former fighters are nearly unanimous in expecting a knockout, though opinions differ on who will deliver it. Timothy Bradley, a former champion, is firmly in Garcia's corner. "I think Ryan's going to catch him with that left hook, And it's going to be night-night, Bradley said, predicting the fight won't go past 6 rounds. He's been impressed by Garcia's evolution, both in and out of the ring. He's calmer, more respectful, like a real businessman now, Bradley noted. He's toned it down and tamed it. For Bradley, the holes in Romero's defense are too glaring to ignore. Garcia's speed and accuracy, particularly with his vaunted left hook, could exploit those gaps early. Sean Porter, another former champion, also leans toward Garcia. Ryan has more talent, Porter said, acknowledging that both fighters have grown since their losses to Gervonta Davis. They knew the mistakes they made, and they'll both be better in this fight. Porter believes Garcia's technical edge will shine through, especially if he can avoid getting drawn into a brawl. Keyshawn Davis was even more definitive, stating, Ryan, without a doubt, will beat Romero. He sees a clear path to a stoppage, setting up a potential rematch with Devin Haney. Shakur Stevenson echoed the sentiment, dismissing Romero as not that good, and predicting a knockout for Garcia. Ryan is a better boxer, Stevenson said, brushing off the notion that Romero poses a serious threat. Promoter Eddie Hearn, who has a keen eye for matchups, also favors Garcia. Ryan is physically stronger and faster, Hearn said, pointing to Garcia's advantages over Romero's 16-2 record. Hearn sees Garcia taking control and ending the fight on his terms, though he's equally intrigued by other bouts on the card, like Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza Jr. and Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Haney's return, in particular, has caught Hearn's attention. That night against Ryan Garcia last year took a lot out of him, Hearn said of Haney. There'll be a few demons for him coming back into the ring. But for the Garcia-Romero fight, Hearn's money is on Ryan. Gervonta Davis, the only man to beat Garcia professionally and the fighter who also knocked out Romero, offered a more cautious take. Hopefully, for the sake of Raleigh, he can pull it off, Davis said when asked if Romero could upset Garcia. But he didn't shy away from predicting a violent finish. Somebody's getting knocked out, he said with certainty. Davis, who knows both fighters' strengths and weaknesses intimately, highlighted Romero's vulnerability. Raleigh, he get hit, Davis said, recalling the power of Romero's punches but also his tendency to leave himself open. For Davis, the fight hinges on who lands the cleaner shots. Henry Garcia, Ryan's father, is brimming with confidence. My prediction is Ryan will stop Raleigh, he said, pinpointing the first quarter of the fight as the likely moment of truth. If he hits him solid, he's out. Henry believes Ryan's power, particularly his left hook, will be the difference. He acknowledges Romero's toughness, once a warrior, always a warrior, but points to Romero's history of being dropped as a critical factor. It stays with you, Henry said of Romero's knockdowns. It humbles you. For Henry, the strategy is simple. Press early, counter Romero's aggression, and let the left hook do the talking. Romero, however, is unfazed by the predictions. He's dismissed talk of a potential Garcia-Haney rematch as irrelevant, focusing solely on the task at hand. They're going to fight regardless, so it has nothing to do with me, he said, shrugging off the speculation. His plan is to impose his will, break Garcia down, and walk away with a statement win. When asked about his next move if he beats Garcia, Romero kept it light. What's next? Nothing. I just go to an island or something. The quip belies his intensity. He's not looking past Garcia, and he's ready to make this fight a defining moment. The stakes couldn't be higher. A loss for Garcia could derail plans for a lucrative rematch with Haney, as promoter Turki Alalshik has made clear. If either Garcia or Haney loses their respective fights, the October showdown falls apart. For Romero, a victory would catapult him into the upper echelon of the welterweight division, silencing critics who view him as a one-dimensional puncher. Both men know what's on the line, and neither is backing down. The consensus is clear. This fight won't go the distance. Whether it's Garcia's speed and precision or Romero's raw power and aggression, someone is going down. Bradley's prediction of a sixth-round finish feels plausible, but Henry Garcia's belief in an early stoppage isn't far-fetched either. Romero's defensive flaws could be his undoing, especially against a sharpshooter like Garcia. But if Romero lands one of his heavy shots, Garcia's chin, already tested by Davis, could betray him. As the boxing world waits for the opening bell, the question isn't whether the fight will deliver, it's who will be left standing when the dust settles. Garcia's transformation, both physical and mental, suggests he's ready to answer his critics. Romero's unrelenting confidence and hunger for destruction make him a dangerous wild card. In Times Square, under the brightest lights, one man will etch his name in the history books. The only certainty is that it won't be quiet.